everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you just so happen to be stopping by for the very first time, thank you so much for being here with me. My name is Donella, and of course this is my world of beauty here on YouTube. This week's upload, I am going to be doing my makeup in two parts, meaning I'm going to be breaking down this video into two parts. One that I'm going to be focusing specifically on the complexion products, foundation routine, whatever you want to call it, and secondly would be the eye makeup I'm going to be wearing or creating during this video. The reasons why I wanted to break it down is because persons have been asking me to do a quote-unquote updated foundation routine, you know, because of my most recent Instagram posts. However, you guys have to know that it's been quite some time since I've worn a actual full face of makeup. Now with the recent announcement, we have a 2-week 24-hour lockdown, and I noticed that they have like 2 days out of each week where we are allowed to go out and shop, you know, do the essential shopping, and whatever it is that is normally falls under the essential movement, we're allowed to do that. But anyway, I don't want to spend too much time talking about that. We are here for makeup and makeup alone. We know COVID is going to be here, so we just have to find some way to deal with it. I'm just here basically to just entertain you guys. So if you are interested in seeing what I create in this part 1 of this 2-part video, then please stay tuned. First things first, of course, you know, we have to prep the skin to get it ready for the makeup. So one of the first things that I love to do whenever I get out of the shower and, you know, while my skin is wet, is go in with my CeraVe moisturizing cream. I've allowed it to dry down, and I fill in my eyebrows in with a primer, and my favorite primer right now is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip primer. Yes, I do have a full one here, but I think when we compare 2020 and 2021, I think we shouldn't waste anything. Okay, so I'm not going to some minutes still. I'm not going to throw this out until nothing at all is coming out. We still have a little bit to the top. Okay, so let me go in with my primer and allow this to sit on my face for about 60 seconds. I want to go in with an actual foundation, and I haven't used this one in a video in a bit. Let me just shake it before I show you guys. And it's the Shiseido SYNCHRO Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation, which is oil. I did buy it just a tad bit dark, just in case. So I'm going to go in. I'm actually going to apply it with my fingers first, like this. Technique brush, and just go ahead and buff this into my skin. I'm doing the buffing motion to apply this foundation or to press it into my skin. I think whenever I'm using this brush, or any brush as a matter of fact, because I feel like I have a love-hate relationship with foundation brushes right now. At some point, maybe during this buffing, I might switch to a beauty sponge. It depends. But for now, let's just buff all of this foundation away. Now, right after I've finished, you know, buffing the foundation all over my skin, my face, then I would go in and cover my under eyes, the darkness underneath my eyes. And I normally use my Too Faced multi-use sculpting concealer in the shade Spiced Rum to do that. So I'm just going to do like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I'm just going to allow it to dry down maybe for like 60 seconds. After the 60 seconds has passed, I use this brush to basically press the concealer into my skin, and then I go up on my lid, because you know my eyelids are a bit dark as well. Just gonna do that, go over on the other side and just press that in as well. Go up between this area here, then around this area right here, give it a couple of strokes. Then we're gonna go back down here and make sure this concealer meets the foundation that I just applied. I'm just gonna go. This is something that I love to do as well, because you know normally there's always this like little space in between here. I like to just basically drag that concealer and bring it over so that both of them meet, so there's no gap. I went in with the Shiseido foundation. I'm also going to go in with the Shiseido concealer. I'm just going to add this a bit right here and on the edges. Right here and then on the edges. I'm sure everybody has seen this trend a lot on YouTubers videos and also on Instagram. The one person who I saw who actually explained exactly what that was for was Makeup by Mario. I'm not sure if anybody's familiar with Makeup by Mario. I think most persons probably might know him from that popular reality show Keeping Up with the Kardashians. He was or is, should I say was or is, Kim Kardashian's makeup artist. Basically said that, you know, once you put it in the corner right here and on the edges, they're both going to meet in the center. So that's basically using less products underneath your eye, because you know your under eye is probably the thinnest skin on your face, and it wrinkles very, very easy. So the less product that you use underneath here is probably really better for your skin and for you to keep those wrinkles at bay, or crow's feet, whatever you want to call them, for as long as possible. So he explained it, because I was like, why is everybody doing their concealer like that? I don't get it. So there was this video that he did, and he actually explained the reason as to why you should do your concealer like that. And I was like, oh, okay, Mr. Mario, thank you so much for that explanation. I thank you. I have no idea what I'm talking in that ridiculous voice, but yeah. So the next step, and I think I learned this trick also from Makeup by Mario. It might have been him, or it might have been Glam Tech. I'm thinking it's more Glam Tech. Is that whenever you're finished blending out your under eye concealer that you're using as a highlight, it's always good to go in with a pressed powder to just lightly set it before you go in with your translucent powder, you know, to give it that nice bright under eye highlight. And one of the things that I noticed is that another thing I noticed is that a lot of persons are using the Fenty pressed powder, the compact powder, the compact foundation to do that. However, I do not own that. I don't know if I ever will, or I should say I don't own that as yet. You know, let me put positive things out there. I don't own it as yet. Someday I will buy myself one of those Fenty pressed foundations, but for now I don't have it. So I'm going to be using the next best thing that I have. I have actually been rotating between my MAC pressed powder and this one here from ColourPop. So I'm going to just go ahead and use this one from ColourPop. By the way, this one is in the shade dark, so I have to really go in with this light, very light. They did explain that you have to go in with it really, really light, because you don't want the concealer to cake before you get a chance to add the translucent powder. So let me just add this a little bit. I don't know which translucent powder I'm gonna choose, okay? So don't be acting all brand new like you don't know some powder I'm about to pull out. Okay, you who've been watching my channel for a while, you know I normally go in with 2 translucent powders, and that's really because of the brightness that I want underneath my eye. I mean, I want my eye to be bright but not too bright, if you understand what I'm saying. To go in first with honey, and I do believe I'm going to skip the second translucent powder, and that's really because of the ColourPop powder I used to lightly set underneath my eyes. So I'm going to go in with this brush first and set the concealer in. Make sure we tap it all the way in, and we have some good coverage out of this Fenty translucent powder. Trust me, you don't need any more than that. This powder is like really, really rich, so trust me, this little bit I'm putting on is going to be enough for your under eye. So we're going to dip it one more time, and that bit is just going to be used for the bit of concealer that I use from my chin area and my 5 head. I do not have a 4-head, I have a 5-head. My forehead, I normally do it like this, and that's really because of the, I don't know, the shapes that I made on my head when I was applying the concealer. I like to just go ahead and do it like this, just to make sure that I cover all the areas. And by the way, I'm doing this very, very lightly. You have to do it lightly because you don't want to remove the foundation and the concealer that you applied underneath. So I'm doing this just very lightly, and I normally count to 60 so I could know that a minute is up and my minute is up now. Yes, you have to really learn how to multitask when you're doing something like this. And remember, I drag this a little bit, maybe halfway down on my nose. I like to just lightly go in and do a little brush as well with whatever is left over on this brush right here. Not add anything else because you know this powder is rich. I feel like if I add anything else, it might get like really cakey. And that again is my oh, by the way, I do that one for 30 seconds, but I feel like my nose makeup isn't really that, I don't want to say it's not that important because every part of my face is important, but I don't really have a problem with makeup on my nose, so I don't really, you know, pay that much attention to it. Then after that, I like to go in with my beauty sponge that I use to apply my concealer, and that basically just to press in the powder that I just applied, you know, to seal it in, to lock it in, whatever you want to call it. Just basically lock that baby in by pressing it in with beauty sponge. Okay, I feel like the camera was a little bit wonky just now, and you know, it was kind of cutting off a portion, so I'm hoping that this position right here is a little bit better. But I stopped after I realized and I feel like I want to start over this video just because of that, but that would just be wasting time now, wouldn't it? So let's just move on to the next step, which is bronzing. Probably one of my favorite things to do, bronzing. So I'm going to go in with I think I want to go in with my Mocha Mami from Fenty for this. Mocha Mami looks like this. It's a very reddish brown shade, and I love using this as a bronzer during these hot quote unquote summer months, you know, when you have that really nice, when I have that really nice deeper tan, you know, when my skin has gotten a little bit more melanin, I like to go in with this Mocha Mami from Fenty. I feel like it just looks absolutely delicious, you know, when everything is nice and blended in. I just feel like it looks really delicious. To tap one more, and then I'm just going to take that and rub it across my jawline just like that. Another tap, rub it across this other jawline, this other side of our face, I should say. Because you don't really have two jawlines now, do you? Oh, you do, the left side and the right side. So I was correct. Yeah, I was. All right, so now that we have all three areas coated with bronzer, then we just go in and do the number 3 or the letter E trick, basically, whatever you want to call it. Just 1, 2, 3. Just keep going in just like that to make sure that you cover all the areas that you want bronze, you want to look really nice and highlighted, or you want contoured. You guys already know this. If I have to choose between contouring and bronzing, I always go for bronzing because I just love how bronzers just bring out the color of my skin. Oh, I have to remove the little excess makeup that's here on my beauty Mac. I always forget every now and then. I forget to take it off, but no, I ain't forgetting right now. I'm about to take it off right now. All right, so I'm back. I did film this eye look by itself, so yes, you're going to get you're going to get twice the excitement because yeah, this video is going to be broken down into 2 parts. I feel like I want to make my videos shorter, like within that 20-minute gap. I don't want my videos to be too long-winded, so I decided to exclude the eye look. That's really because I do actually go into much detail when I'm explaining the placement of the eyeshadows, etc. And I felt like if I included that in the complexion routine, it just would have been way too long. So yeah, I'm going to separate both of them. So let's move on to finishing the rest of the face. And I'm just going to, now that I have on my bronzer, I am going to go in with a bit of what is this called, girl? A bit of blush. I'm going to be going in with my NARS Dulce Vita liquid blush. Yeah, she almost finished, so I actually have to take off the cap because it's a little bit clogged, because I don't know how I'm supposed to clean it out because I use this so much. It's a little bit clogged and I don't know how to clean it out, so I have to take off the top now whenever I'm using it. So let me go in with the same brush that I used to bronze, and I'm just going to add a bit of my Dulce Vita right on the highest portion of my cheeks, right there. between the bronzer. We're going to add her right there. I'm going to go in with the rest of it before it dries up on my hand, and also add it on this side. And she's going to come through really really pinky, and I like that because I feel like whenever I add a bit of the highlight, it does something really nice. Wait, I went up too high with this because I'm hanging my mouth. I went up way too high with this. Okay, so let me just use my beauty sponge and blend away a little bit of this blush, because I think that she went up a little bit too high. I don't want it to be, I want it to be over here where she's supposed to be. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my highlight right after this, and I'm going to be using 2 highlight to finish off this look. Go in first with this one is called Sugar Daddy, and then I'm going to go in with a bit of Illuminati. Sorry, I'm going to go in with them in reverse. I'm going to go in with Illuminati first and then Sugar Daddy. So let me just go in with Illuminati and just place her right here. I want it to be placed right there on the highest parts of my cheek. Right there. Yeah, right there. Right where I want her to be. So let me just place a little bit more of that on the brush and place Illuminati right here on the highest portions of my cheek, and allow her to really come through. Just like that. Just like that. And I'm going to add a little bit of Sugar Daddy because I can already see this highlight like really coming through really strong. So I'm just going to add a little bit of Sugar Daddy on top of that. Like I'm literally lightly pressing it. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to just turn the brush around so I could maybe possibly blend out a little bit of this, because oh girl, this is like a comet. This is really bright. I like it. Let me turn it a little bit more over here, and then use this side that doesn't have any. Maybe just flip both of them. Oh my god, this looks so good. I don't care what anybody say. I love this. You know what I'm thinking, right? I'm looking at this very, well, I don't even know what this color is called. Let's see if I can get this. Fuchsia Shock. I'm looking at Fuchsia Shock right here, and I'm thinking. Now, don't say anything yet, okay? Just let me see. Just let me see how this is gonna work out, okay? I'm gonna add a little bit of Fuchsia Shock. Like use this double-ended brush and just add a little bit of Fuchsia Shock. Ooh. Oh my god. Right between there, girl. Oh my goodness. I like that. I feel like I'm falling out the chair now. Like I'm all over here. Okay, let me bring it back in, girl. Bring it back in. I feel like I was all over there for the whole part of this entire part of the video. Okay, let me make sure I get it nice and saturated first, and then ooh. I like this. Oh my god. I like that. Girl. What is this? What is this? Okay. You know what? I think I need to just find a lip color. Because I'm feeling myself a lot right now. I'm really feeling myself. I need to find a lip color. Okay, let's find a lip color.